42 feet deep in the mountain. In 1909, a lady named Helen Plains formed an all-ladies organization to create something to celebrate the Confederate side of our Civil War. Now, they spent 2 years making a study because they ruled out no statues, no paintings off the bat. They had nothing to do with that stuff. Always had an idea of some type of a carving, but they had no idea how, where, and when. But they also wanted to make sure if it had ever been done before. So for 2 years, they studied North America, Central America, anywhere closer. They had no carving up a mountain, no military scene on a mountain. So with that in mind, they had to come up someplace to do it. They didn't realize, a lot of people realized that here, so it was 35 miles outside of Atlanta those days. So what ladies knew, the gentleman owned this quarry. This was the largest grade granite quarry in all of North America. For 100 plus years, shipping all over the world around here. In a lot of our federal buildings, state universities, colleges, you name it. So with that in mind, they set an appointment with him about leasing a spot on the mountain for a carving. He liked the idea and said, I'll lease you up to 8 acres if you need it, 12-year contract to start with. So they signed it. In 1915, they hired Mr. Boardman to come on board as the first artisan to work with him. But he couldn't really do anything until 1923 because World War I was on the verge of breaking out and nothing was going on. There's a bunch of ideas and planning. But in 23, when the war's over with, they gave him a check for $250,000 to start his carving. As I said, his carving, not this carving. So with that in mind, he worked on it until 1925 when he unveiled the first part of it, and people said no. They fired him, threw up his contract, and he went on Mount Rushmore.
What are all these?
Worked on that until he died.
What are all these circular things?
Those are just nature.
Okay.
All natural. So with that, the Lucent Group designed what you see today. They only had 2.5 years to work on that because that 12-year contract they signed before it was up, was never renewed. So 1928 to 1964, they just sat there empty, nothing. You know. But in
I wish you wouldn't do that.
This are on the federal right we have the whole park, folks. So with that, in 1957, the Venable family put this quarry up for sale. So in 58, the state bought us all back to 2,500 acres for $2 million. In 62, they opened up the first shuttle, like you see today, the AirTran. That opened in 62. In 64, they applied for a state park. They got it in 65, but in 64, they brought the third artisan group in. Now, the guy they hired was afraid of heights. He stayed at the bottom. But Mr. Bluesen, who designed what you see out there, it's just like a duck in a boat, no difference. Except for 825 feet above the ground. But anyways, he stayed on the ground, but Bluesen designed a 1-inch full-scale mock-up. So they radioed up to the group guy in the tarp. Now, this is the only carving in the entire world that was ever carved without a chisel touching it. This was heated by thermal gas torches. Invented here in the Venable, when it was still a quarry, by a guy named Art Faulkner. We heated that rock up to 7,000 degrees, and it gets mushy on the surface. And so that was all that finished work was all done by hand. Patted down by hand, sketched out by hand, and so forth. That's why you're going to see one chisel mark or blemish in that carving, because they ain't in there. Yeah. That started in 1961. And the reason he volunteered to do that is he did it much faster than with drilling it, dynamiting away a lot of it, than taking hammers and chisels on it. That's what you'll see there. It's the only one the world's ever done. He's never done one after that. Now, that was dedicated in 70, finished in 72 in that. Now, the legs you'll notice on the carving of the horses and the boots weren't finished. Because in 72, another man fell to his death. And Roy said, this carving is done. We're going to lose one more soul for this carving. And that's what it's totally completed here. Now, you just come over 825 feet of solid granite. This is the largest piece of granite above ground in the world. You want to see the second one? Look right on the horizon over there. You're going to see a little knoll in the right place in the very back of a turtle.
That hump over there?
Uh-huh. That's part of this same quarry, 23 miles from here. That's 150 feet shorter than this one. That's Mount Pinole, which is also a state park. And it continues on this way northeast up to South Carolina, another 40 miles north of the Carolinas. Nothing going west to speak of, almost the Alabama, not much in it. This is the core. This is 303.5 miles down below the earth, plus 825 feet above the earth. So you're over 4 miles of solid granite under you. Right? I mean, you got to walk on that rock out there. This is 200 million years in the makings. When you go inside these double doors over here, you're going to see a chance to see how this all came about. Right down the hallway, first you're going to see is 6 graphic designs showing us right in the middle between 2 big pieces of rock. eventually being forced down, under, and trying to come up 4 times later. The surface, and that's us going to get there. You're going to center as we're going to walk out on the mountain. It's all fenced in except for the hiking area, about 6 acres out there all in all. Snack bar is also open. It's on a 20-minute schedule today. So whether it's a blue car or the red car, makes no difference which one you take back down. I know you're going to be here at 5:30, but if you miss that 5:30 one, you're a hiker. Now, early today,
You're by Beatles.
we can actually still see a little bit. You'll see the skyline, see fuel clouds. Big to us. The rest of the land is Blue Ridge Mountains. This morning they were very, very small, something like that. That's about 75.
Sen?
Minsan kampi na silo, mawala na tayo.
Mo cái slide trên mà. Tu sa thì đang làm bia bò nào à xị, mi xị na chỉ mò cái nào tòa làm pi toàn sục lẹ hàng, xin làm tên ông mẹ cái thầy lô, cái vào tòa từ làm tên giản pi của mình hồ ngắm luồng chiều, anh nói cái thầy lệ tòa cái tay ngắm non được cái này. Và tu sa hi là chỉ là pan sung tòa sung na hi va, ai bay rồi nè. À thấy nó tên ngay đi. Top of the mountains gift. Tui cái tỏi kỹ dân mày mà tè. Kẻ tập bay này đâu problem này. Yên thấy là. Hè thì sao? Thì bên mít thong chỉ em thật. Thì từng nói bên ấy chắc cái bài muốn ra đâu mà. Tua hi mà wa đến là bài nộp nào bằng thì bằng à tua bằng quay âm lên lại mà. Cái điện. Cái sầm lâu e. Stone Mountain, yes, Manu. Sẽ chết tới em muốn bị vật lên, chứ là lâu đến thôi bà. Midtown này downtown ai bên đây? Hi downtown hi sao? Tôi nhớ hồ cái mù, đi đằng cái mù rồi. Tohang ada downtown hebo I bakat dia mau ceka guna nas visible lo. Tohang ceka Google kan na beram lo cuma ini yang mun harbi dia na icha mau.
Sero, jai pipa. Sero. Toma ya sini. Bila mah mana ini? Dia mah ada punya aku kawan. Kona lah. Oke. Setiap kita dia buat sama tak?
Kandung bladen kay. Sihat sihat lupa. Taza cini. Yes. Atlantahi nenbo. Đây càng bên bằng đá na xem ạ. Thì cái lại nghe. Siya tenupa. Ay thuay mama siya tenupa. Xuống bị Xe đánh bao vậy? Khỏi đâu ra xe mặt tại on đấy chứ.
Ông một tháng